Welcome to GESARA for Dummies. It is May 12, 2025. Let's look at today's news from Professor William Liebenberg, prepared by Martin Stein. Please like, share and subscribe. Join our Telegram group in the comments below. Thank you. Let's go. The GESARA Law. Breaking news: first Afrikaner refugees to go to America. The U.S. government has officially granted 54 Afrikaans South Africans refugee status, and they are expected to land in the U.S. on Monday, May 12, three sources with knowledge of the matter have told National Public Radio. U.S. authorities on Thursday were trying to arrange a charter flight that would bring the South Africans to Dulles Airport near Washington, D.C., on Monday morning, but it's not clear if they will be allowed to land there. If that is not possible, then they will be sent on commercial flights, according to the sources. Payment systems. Fractions of XRP, XLM, and XDC, and their unique nomenclature. One XLM can be split into 100 million parts, called a stroop. One XDC can be split into 1 quintillion parts, called a way. One XRP can be split into 1 million parts, called a drop. These structures are conducive with a potentially astronomical value for a single whole token. One XRP is a whole load of money. Robert Michnick, who previously worked at Ripple and is now working at BlackRock, thinks the XRP price target is $4,000. Ripple settles SEC case with $50 million payment, as Chicago Mercantile Exchange prepares to launch XRP futures contracts, on May 19. The settlement with the SEC marks a new dawn for XRP. With the Chicago Mercantile Exchange launching futures, we're stepping into the big leagues. Commodities. As shared before, when your bond money arrives, the best investments you can make are intangible assets, and shares in precious metals. Americans say real estate and gold are the best long-term investments, Gallup poll shows. A recent Gallup poll reveals that Americans view real estate and gold as the top long-term investments. BRICS GESARA Nations Alliance. Trump and Bibi strained, butting heads on how to deal with Gaza and Iran. The national broadcasting company sources now say Netanyahu's been frustrated for weeks by Trump, who's refusing to support strikes on Iran's nuke facilities. Ethiopia's possible BRICS bank membership, to boost sustainable development, diversify funding sources. The African country's application to join the new development bank has been accepted, the African country's diplomat reported recently. Ethiopian economist Shemeli Zaraya highlighted the benefits of Ethiopia's potential new development bank membership, emphasizing access to concessional financing with fewer stringent conditions, compared to Western-led institutions. Araya also pointed out that Ethiopia's new development bank membership could facilitate trade in local currencies with other BRICS nations, reducing reliance on the U.S. dollar. Venezuela, to give BRICS priority in oil and gas projects. The minister stated that Venezuelan oil and gas projects already enjoy investment from companies from several BRICS countries: Russia, China, India, South Africa. Earlier, Gil Pinto said that Venezuela is not abandoning plans to join BRICS, and will strive to become a full member of the association. Currency wars. Trump said on Friday, 4 or 5 more deals would be announced very soon. Almost immediately. And he's headed to the Middle East. He's finalizing something big, like foreign exchange level, gold-layered, system reset big. The petrodollar is on life support. Iraq, Saudi, and United Arab Emirates, all lining up and all somehow connected to XRP and BRICS. Feels like we're watching the board get cleared before the raid switch. Well, if you're about to completely decimate the petrodollar as U.S. president, you may as well go to the Middle East and make the final arrangements in person, ensuring it will be perfect. When he announced the Middle Eastern countries he would be visiting, I noticed he never mentioned Israel. An unspoken hint as to what is to come, saving Israel for last. President Trump and the Afrikaner. Afrikaans native speakers in South Africa were 7.2 million, according to the 2016 statistics, and for another 10.3 million people, it is their second language. That is a whopping 17.5 million South Africans loving the Afrikaans language. Nearly double the population of countries such as Belgium, United Arab Emirates, Sweden, Portugal, etc., meaning it is a vastly spoken language. The name of the language comes directly from the Dutch word Afrikaans, now spelled Afrikaans, meaning African. It was previously referred to as Cape Dutch, Kop Hollands, or Kop Nederlands, a term also used to refer to the early Cape settlers collectively, or Kitchen Dutch, Kambu is tall, from its use by slaves of colonial settlers in the kitchen. The language started to develop shortly after Jan van Riebeeck arrived in the Cape of Good Hope, in 1652. On May 8, 1925, which is 23 years after the Second Boer War ended, against the British Empire, the Official Languages of the Union Act, 1925 was passed, mostly due to the efforts of the Afrikaans language movement, at a joint sitting of the House of Assembly, and the Senate, in which the Afrikaans language was declared a variety of Dutch. The Constitution of 196, reversed the position of Afrikaans and Dutch, so that English and Afrikaans were the official languages, and Afrikaans was deemed to include Dutch. The Constitution of 1983, removed any mention of Dutch altogether. The language is now officially 100 years old, and unofficially since 1652. In May 2022, Afrikaans was recognized as an indigenous language of South Africa, making it fundamentally part of Africa. We as an Afrikaner people, dearly thank President Trump, who always stands ready to protect the Afrikaners. That sums up your Monday news. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.